The Witcher 2 is coming at last to the console space exclusively on Xbox 360. Here at Insider Moves, we had a rare chance to really dig into the game, and we're privileged to be able to show just what the Xbox Live faithful can expect from this critically acclaimed franchise when it arrives April 17th in the United States. I'm a long-time role-playing game fan, so for the purposes of this preview, I want to talk about the things that kind of really jumped out and grabbed me about Witcher 2. Now, the first thing that struck me was the absolute maturity of the content. Now, I don't mean crass, though you'll meet more than a few off-color characters.
We let the Scoia'tael inside, and they'll skin us alive, just before they slit our throats.
And I don't mean blood and guts, though you'll certainly spill buckets of gore throughout your time with the game. What I mean is the complexity of characters and the maturity of the plot. This is no black and white tale, and the characters that drive the story forward are complex creatures driven by their own mysterious desires, motivations, and a moral compass peculiar to them. Now, I love a game that where even my allies can leave me outraged and sickened, and even the most cold-blooded villains can betray a little glimmer of humanity.
You're not out. I know Geralt. I know his weakness.
You'll sometimes have a hard time telling who's in the right half the time. Your choices are plenty, but they're not easily categorized as good or evil, and that's a wonderful change of pace from a lot of games. Now, complementing the maturity of the game content are equally sophisticated RPG mechanics. The main character, Geralt of Rivia, is a witcher, a mutated string of humanity bred from an early age to be a prodigy of swordplay, magic, alchemy, and craftsmanship. Geralt is the boogeyman's boogeyman, the terrifying nemesis every monster fears, and each facet of his skill set is represented by deep mechanics. Swordplay, for example, is both quick and tactical. First, Geralt carries two swords, one made from steel, whose sharp edge is reserved for human blood, and the other made from silver, whose mystical properties are tailor-made for felling monsters. You'll have access to both quick and strong attacks, and auto-lock and parry and counter abilities. While those abilities are fairly standard, it's the way in which you string them together that gives Witcher 2 a deadly but graceful look during combat. For example, much like Batman Arkham City, you can use your light attack to quickly bounce from enemy to enemy, keeping a crowd at bay while looking for your opportunity to land a killing blow. Swordplay, though, is just a very small part of the equation. Geralt also has access to magical signs, which can instantly change the flow of battle. For example, you can stun enemies with the Ard sign, opening them up for attack. Igni lights them on fire for damage over time, and Yrden places a magical trap on the ground, rooting enemies to the spot for a short period of time. You can also shield Geralt from attacks and even charm enemies to fight on your side. We've touched on the swords and the sorcery, but Geralt can also carry a number of useful contraptions in his pouches, such as throwing daggers, bombs of different sorts, and powerful traps, all of which are incredibly useful in the very challenging combat encounters throughout the game. Potions and enhancements also play a big role, allowing you to buff yourself and your gear before heading into battle. The potion system even employs a toxicity mechanic. Geralt can only drink so many potions before he ends up poisoning himself, so you have to choose wisely when deciding how to prepare. Now, the pace of Witcher 2's combat may lull some into thinking that it's a hack and slash game, but only by using all the tools at your disposal will you really be able to dominate an encounter. All of this just grazes the surface of what Witcher 2 brings to the table in terms of gameplay and story, but hopefully you now have a better idea of what to expect from the game. Finally, it's worth noting that the Witcher 2 Xbox 360 fans will receive is the Enhanced Edition, which includes all the downloadable content that was available on PC, as well as new characters, whole new stories, and a great deal more besides. Thanks everyone for watching Inside Xbox, and enjoy your time on Xbox Live.
Von Rort.